there, this is John from Heroes and Legends. Now, if you watched yesterday's video and caught the wrap up, you'll remember that I was looking to do a 1,000 subscriber information video today, talk about the celebration coming up. But there was some big news that hit last night, so I'm going to do this instead tomorrow. As long as nothing new happens, then I'll go ahead and do the 1,000 subscriber video and give you guys a channel update. But today I want to talk about some possible leaks from Oath of the Gatewatch and a possible new basic land type. Now, just to let you know, these are not confirmed cards. These, at this time, are leaks. They could very well be a hoax. We've seen elaborate hoaxes in the past. Most recently, the Commander 2015 enemy color fetch land hoax looked really good and looked really convincing. But people were able to find the art assets for that online in different locations. So that was a clue that probably those were fabricated, and of course they were. So these, though, let's take a look at them. Let's look closely at each one of the three leaks, and then we'll talk a little more about if we think these are viable or if these are a hoax. So let's just jump in and get started. First is our new basic land type. It's wastes. So according to this leak or this card, you have a basic land type with full art, and of course it's going to have a mana symbol. In this case, it's kind of a diamond symbol, so very interesting. Now, you can speculate what this means. I think the most common speculation would be that this is going to produce colorless mana, but in certain circumstances you would need this special kind of colorless mana to cast your spell. We're going to see that in the next couple of leaks. Now, if this is real and if this is true, what is kind of cool about this is from a commander point of view. I know we've been talking a lot about commander the last couple of weeks. This would allow commander decks that are colorless to have basic lands in them. You could be able to use these if this is truly how they work and if this is truly a thing that exists. So there's the first one. Now let's take a look at a creature that actually uses waste mana, if you will, I guess. This is Kozilek the Great Distortion, and this costs 2 of those diamond symbols and 8 colorless. It's a legendary Eldrazi 12/12. When you cast him, you get to go ahead and add cards to your hand up to 7. So anything you have fewer than 7, you draw cards to get up to 7. And then it also has Menace, and also discard a card with converted mana cost X and counter target spell with converted mana cost X. So, okay, that's pretty powerful. Now, sure, like all Eldrazi's, it's expensive, and costing 10 colorless is a little bit easier to do than 8 colorless and 2 of these specialty waste colorless, if you will. So this does make it, say, harder to cast than, say, Ulamog. But this is very powerful. I mean, getting a 12/12 with some evasion, and on top of that, you get card draw. That's kind of awesome. And then the whole counterspell thing is just more gravy on top. So if, again, this is a real card, this is pretty strong. It's a real strong legendary creature. Now, a couple things here, and we'll talk more about this as we go, but the card in this picture looks very good. Very hard to find flaws with it, and the art is very in line with what we've been seeing from Battle for Zendikar. Alright, next one is a non-basic land, Mirror Pool, and it comes into play tapped. You can tap it to add 1 of the diamond mana to your mana pool. Pay a diamond and 2, tap and sacrifice, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy, or diamond and 4, tap, sacrifice, put a token on the battlefield as a copy of target creature you control. So just another example of that diamond mana coming into play and working and actually having an effect. So feels a lot like a 6th color, if you will. So that's something that Wizards has talked about and thought about for many years. How do you employ a 6th color? And this is maybe like a quasi color. If it basically is still non-colored mana, but you need this non-colored mana to do certain things, then it, in essence, is kind of like a 6th color. It reminds me a little bit of Snowlands as well, although Snowlands created regular mana. However, tapping a Snowland sometimes was a cost to get an ability. So in some ways, it's very similar. So those are the 3 cards. Quickly, let's just talk about some of the pros and cons, why these could be real, why they couldn't. First off, the reason maybe these are legit, first off, the art assets look very good. They're in line with what we've been seeing, and no one's been able to find these art assets online anywhere yet at this point. So that looks legit. The cards themselves, especially when you have cards with a lot of wording on them and you have things like copyright dates and you have all the information at the bottom, it's very common for people to make mistakes when they hoax cards. So if that's the case, somebody did a really good job here, because there's no mistakes that anyone's really been able to find as far as spacing or punctuation or just weird copywriting stuff. Everything here looks legitimately like a Magic card, and that is very hard to do. People usually will make some kind of mistake. On top of that, over the years we've heard comments from Mark Rosewater and Aaron Forsythe talking about the possibility of trying to figure out a sixth color, trying to figure out ways for Commander players to get basic lands that give you colorless mana. So this falls in line with a lot of the ideas. Now, on the other side of the coin, like I said, we have seen some recent hoaxes that have looked real good. Those fetch lands looked really real. So people can do it. They can pull it off. Also, too, the art assets could have been leaked, but not the actual card information. And we've seen that in the past with Ugin, where somebody got the Ugin art and created their own card around it, but it wasn't the actual card. It was a hoax. So maybe we're seeing more of that. And those could just be, these cards are based on those comments that Mark Rosewater, Aaron Forsythe have made in the past, and they're just downright speculating. So that is also very possible. Another thing that makes it feel maybe it's not real is it does seem very powerful. Kozilek seems very powerful, so it's a real strong card. Not to say they don't push power level at times, but that seems to be a very, very strong card. On top of that, from a story point of view right now, Kozilek is not around, and it sounds like from what they were saying that Kozilek's gone. So now it doesn't mean he can't come back. Obviously, they can tell a story where he returns to Zendikar to help Ulamog or whatever, but he was supposedly supposed to be gone in the lore. So here he is showing up. So interesting, but maybe that's part of the whole Wasteland thing, that he comes back with this new force or power of colorless mana. I don't know. So there you have it. So those are my thoughts. Let me know in the comments below what you think, if you think these things are for real or not, and if they are for real, do you like them? What kind of implication will they have on the game? And why are we just seeing them in the second set would be my question. So, which is, another good thought. Why, if these are for real, why not have included them in Battle for Zendikar? Because it just seems like it's a little odd that they're showing up now in the second small set. Now, it could be something to help promote that second set, make it a little different and exciting. And also, there was a lot going on in Battle for Zendikar, so perhaps it was just a situation where they didn't want to throw too much new at you at one time when it's already a pretty complicated environment. So maybe, but it just seems weird. Another kind of oddity to it. So, there you have it. As we learn more, I will certainly let you know if these at some point get confirmed or any other spoilers come out. Typically, you see the first spoiler for the winter set around Christmas or Christmas Day. So, of course, I will make a video if more information comes out either then or before then. Until then, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, have a great day.
Hey, thanks as always for watching. This video, like all my videos, was made possible by the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Even a donation of $1 helps me to keep growing this community and creating better quality videos for all of you. Check out our Patreon page for exclusive giveaways and future goals for the channel. If you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the MTG news, spoilers, set reviews, product openings, or finance videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a good day.